All right, yo, what's up? My name's Patrouski. Welcome back to another PokeMMO stream recap. This is stream recap 332, if my math isn't too shabby, which hopefully it's not. Welcome back. What's up? PokeMMO tips, tricks, news, information, your daily source of what's going on in the PokeMMO community. This is your best resource for that, to my knowledge. Let's go ahead and jump into it, okay? Thank you, Austin, for the Twitch Prime. What's up, dude? Let's jump into daily information and like what's going on in the news and stuff, right? So first things first, PvP tier changes. If you don't know, every single month, a few Pokemon actually change in PokeMMO. They change tiers based on their power levels and based on how much they're being used in those tiers. So, for example, when a Pokemon, they actually kind of explain it here, 6% to move up, 2.5 to go down. To break that down, it's very like short-winded, right? To yap that out a bit and extend to explain what that means. Basically, if a Pokemon is played in a tier 6% or more, it gets moved up to that tier, right? So for example, if Ludicolo is being used on rain teams in OU over 6%, you know, of games, it gets moved up to OU. And then if something is being used below 2.5% in the tier, it gets moved down. So Ludicolo is up to OU, kind of an interesting thing to see. It's a really cool rain threat. And another fellow rain threat, we see Mantine move down to NU from UU at around 2.13% usage. Nothing super exciting here. Like Ludicolo kind of changes back and forth between OU and UU very often because of its usage in rain. It really depends on where rain is at in the metagame, is where Ludicolo lands. Mantine is probably too good for NU, but I could see it not being broken. I haven't played the tier in a long time, so I'm not the best person to ask about that stuff. But for my years of past experience, it might be fine. I'm honestly not totally sure. Let's jump into some suggestion box stuff. Let's just jump. We've got like 4 different suggestions to go to today. I think 2 of them are ones I agree with. One is one I disagree with. It's not necessarily bad. I would argue it is, but I disagree with it. And I'll explain why and hopefully give good argumentation. And there's one that's sort of neutral, so we'll get to all of them. First things first, I see this suggestion a lot. I see this a lot from new players in PokeMMO, from chatters, commenters, etc. A lot of people want to speed up the animations in PokeMMO, okay? Or disable move animations. And as a zoomer, I'm going to be honest, this is the most zoomer suggestion that I see, okay? This comes from people who mostly play ROM hacks, who speed up their game. This comes from people who mostly play Pokemon Showdown, who disable animations and can go through the fights very quickly. Those can work in those games because those games don't have economies. They aren't balanced around, or rather they are balanced around that speed up, right? PokeMMO, everything is tied to a specific pace, right? The developers specifically balance the Pokeyen you can make per hour, the XP you can gain per hour, the shinies you can gain per hour, right? All of that is thought about and considered when dealing with the pace, right? Now, PokeMMO is actually already faster than traditional Pokemon, right? Traditional Pokemon move slower than how PokeMMO moves, right? So we already have the game sped up a little bit, and the game is already balanced around a certain pacing, right? To speed up the animations or be able to disable the animations, you'd have to do one of 2 things. You'd have to either make the person sit and wait until the like invisible animation finished, but you can still disable them, so you wouldn't actually gain any time, which I assume isn't the problem here. Or you would have to change. You'd have to like change the rate of everything, right? If we want to disable animations, we have to change the shiny rate to like 1 out of 90k, right? We have to lower the amount of XP all Pokemon gain, right? Which generally what people are trying to say when they leave this kind of suggestion is that the game is too grindy for them and it's too slow. And it's just not their cup of tea, which is totally fine. But I don't think you should ask the game to change around you. The whole point of a grindy endurance battle test is for you to change around the game. Like you need to adapt to the game's pacing. And if you can't or don't, that's okay. It's maybe not the game for you, and that's totally understandable. Yeah, someone actually brings up you'd have to let the talk over surely implement this force fight to last. This forced the fight to last instead of being a quick, short and quick. But the problem is it's balancing. I thought he was gonna bring up the like you'd have to wait and stuff. But yeah, it's not it's not doesn't know how it works in MMOs, not how it works in online competitive games. I think it's people who lack the experience in those things, and to be a little harsh, and I apologize for that, but there's not really, I can't really think of a charitable argument for it besides a lack of patience and a lack of understanding of online pace. This actually comes up in the, I think, Fallout 4 speedruns. For I was always one of my analogies. In Fallout 4, the engine is tied to the FPS, right? So if you have a supercomputer and can run the game at like 500 FPS, you can actually play the game at a faster pace. Because of that, they lock the FPS for speedruns at 60 to not give other players an unfair advantage, right? You don't want an unfair advantage. You don't want the super fast like pace in an MMO or an online competitive environment. It's not a good thing to aim for. Imagine if in Call of Duty or if in Fortnite you could like raise your FPS or play it or disable animations and make yourself move faster when someone else's other computer couldn't handle that. It just makes no sense in an online space. I don't think there's a place for it. I vehemently disagree with this. I appreciate this person being able to let their opinion be told, and I'm glad the forums exist so they can leave this suggestion. But I just vehemently disagree with this opinion, and I don't think it has a place in PokeMMO or any MMO or any online competitive game, pretty much. You can't really just get rid of animations or just get rid of... It's okay to be forced. It is okay to be forced out of your comfort zone and be forced to wait and sit and process something. It's okay. You can slow down. I think as someone who like watches YouTube videos on 2x speed, this is me telling you, like, hey, it might be time to like take a second, relax, you know, and just be okay with the pace of the game and not need to speed everything up all the time, right? All right. Next up, Big Boy Frame drops some team quality of life changes. We've covered a lot of these in the past, but he really just covers this all so well. It covers it in such good detail, and I really, really appreciate this. He lays it all on one post. With the team aspect of the game being one of the biggest factors in keeping players active in the game, I super agree with this, and think it is super under-talked about and underrated how beautiful and how important the social element of MMOs are and how beautiful teams are in Pokemon, for sure. I would love to see some new features added to make it more interactive and incentivize some teamless players to interact more with teams, for sure, as well as making it more exciting and convenient for players that are already in teams. He goes over the idea of team banks, a way to deposit / pay / withdraw money based on a team role the player has, what it would need. For this, an option would be needed permissions, such as for withdrawing, paying, a message to be sent in team chat whenever someone withdraws or pays. I like this because it allows, as a Team Mister member, it allows you to put money in the pot easier for catch events or for events in general, for competitions. We have something in Team Mister called like bounties, right? So I know a lot of other teams have this as well, so let me not, you know, just single out Team Mister. But like when we needed like shiny Sudowoodo, right, for the Pokedex, it was one of the last shinies we needed. We put a bounty. If you get shiny Sudowoodo, we'll pay you like 5 mil, right? It'd be much easier to organize all of that if it was in a team bank. You could also have like certain Pokemon. If you're like imagine you're like a new player friendly team. Could you see how cool it would be to have like players like myself on my main account where I have so many good IV Pokemon that like I don't have the time to deal with them. I could throw those in a beginner friendly bank or donate them to a team bank, and new players who need those Pokemon could be like, oh shit, like Riolu's my favorite Pokemon, let me grab that. Like that. It'd be a really cool way to give players a little bit of a jump start if they wanted to. There's a lot of cool ways to do that. Team hall / secret layer. Guild halls is something I have talked about so much. Do you know how much Pokeyen endgame Pokemon players would spend on guild halls? It would be one of the best money sinks in the entire game, dude. There's an item in RuneScape I always think about called the like giant coin stack in your player owned house, and it costs like 100 million gold. Okay, it sinks 100 million gold out of the game, and all it is a visual. It's just a visual vanity that shows a stack of gold in your house. That's it. And it's so interesting. Like the human, we love that. I love that. Like it'd be very, very cool in a team guild hall. We've been reaching a point where we actually like almost need a guild hall in PokeMMO. What I mean by that is every time a big team like Team Mister or other teams host, I'm speaking about Team Mister, it's my experience, so apologies for all the anecdotal examples. Whenever Team Mister hosts a draft now or an event, we literally cannot fit everybody on the same channel. We have too many active members and too many people. We cannot get everybody on the same channel, and it's a problem. We can't see each other. We can't communicate as well. It's becoming an inhibitor to host team events. So I think some sort of guild hall where we could all meet and not have that problem would be amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And it would be so cool for visuals and vanities. And I would put so much time and effort into a guild hall. I just love the idea of it. Some of my favorite memories are on guild halls in old video games. Spiral Knights had a really cool guild hall that I loved. Really niche little reference, but excuse me. Team boxes. We talked similar to the bank. We talked about that. Team upgrades. I haven't read this. Let's see. You can upgrade. Teams can purchase upgrades that would increase certain aspects of the teams, can also make multiple levels of upgrades, bank capacity upgrades, member limit upgrade. These could also, like, this would be good to, you know, earn the devs money. If these things cost RP, obviously, there's some give and some take there. I want them to make positive changes for the game, but I also understand the devs need to get paid and the servers need to get paid for, and I want them to make a good living. You know, they do make an amazing game in my opinion. So if there's anything we can, like, incentivize to push good updates like this, I think it's important to talk about. Team hall upgrades. I think we would purchase so many, like, team hall upgrades. I would love that. Money to purchase. Do some other goals. Be small money buff multipliers. I'm not sure. Okay, yeah. I think this is a really good post that just laid out every change that we've ever talked about and ever been theorized that I've seen in the community about team upgrades, which is amazing. All right. Really, we have two really simple ones to finish up. Someone said, hey, can I add nicknames or like Chinese names to my friends column? If you don't know, Chinese names in PokeMMO just come up as gibberish for like English players. And that's really awkward. Obviously, I don't speak like this. I'm guessing it's hard to tell exactly. Here, I'll show you on the screen actually. I'm guessing that this is a Chinese name. It's hard to tell, obviously, always. But a lot of these, like this, right? This is why a lot of people actually think bots are more common of a problem in PokeMMO than they actually are. Bots are obviously a problem in any MMO, but they're much less of a problem in PokeMMO compared to free-to-play MMOs like Old School RuneScape or World of Warcraft. Not free-to-play, obviously, World of Warcraft, but you can like multi-box. That's a whole different video, a whole different discussion. Bots aren't really a problem in PokeMMO, but we see a lot of names like this because they're Chinese names, written in, you know, is it Hanzi? Sorry for butchering that. But they translate to gibberish for us, right? And imagine if I spoke both languages. I don't, obviously, but, you know, and I wanted to like talk to my friend. That would be really awkward if I couldn't have like my friends list. I couldn't have like his name or a name that I recognize. Like that would be a really annoying if I had to like constantly remember his gibberish name. I think this is just a really good suggestion that I'm surprised isn't implemented. I mean, the easy way would be to be able to add nicknames or right-click someone's name and add like a note. I don't think you can add notes to the friends list in PokeMMO. So it's a really quick, easy, beneficial change, I think, from what I saw. And I didn't see anybody. This post had no interaction. Like nobody liked it, hearted it. Like maybe I'm misunderstanding, or I thought this was a really good post. Anyways, okay. Okay, easy one to touch on, but a lot of new players may not know about it. The Wishing Stone. And I think there's some peaceful protests that could happen for the Wishing Stone. I love peacefully protesting in PokeMMO. It's honestly one of my favorite things. Getting as many people to all meet up at a location as possible and being like, hey, give us a use for Wishing Stones, you know? For those who don't know, Wishing Stones have been in the game for about 1.5 years now. I think this is true. They've introduced 3 of them. I have 3 of them on my main account. And Wishing Stones were unironically an IOU, essentially. What was the original event? Oh, it was a while ago. There was an original event a while ago where they didn't really have time. I think it was back when Johto released, because the original theory for Wishing Stone was they didn't have enough time to plan a proper holiday event because they were spending too much time on Johto. And that kind of showed with how they pushed the updates and held back up. It made sense, right? However, 1 IOU, I gave the pass, okay? Even 2 IOUs, I gave the pass. Now, we've essentially been given 3 IOUs. And these were like, the initial Wishing Stone was a 16-hour grind, keep in mind. And all you got was an IOU, okay? Now, the devs are in this impossible situation where I don't know if they know what the reward is. I don't know what the reward could be. The problem is, we're at a point now where the reward for Wishing Stone has to be so good that it was worth the wait and worth you putting all that time to get 3 of them. But also, it can't be so good to where the people who didn't get the Wishing Stones as a limited time thing have like insane FOMO over them, right? It can't be like game breaking or pragmatically beneficial. So I don't know. I give the PokeMMO devs a lot of credit. They're geniuses. They do a lot of amazing things. I think a lot of people overhate on them, and it's really obnoxious to wade through all of that all the time. It's hard for me to defend this, boys. This is the Wishing Stone situation is crazy, to put it simply. It's not good. I don't know how they're gonna wiggle their way out of it. I don't know how they're gonna solve it. Maybe they are thinking of something. I haven't. the wishing stone situation is crazy. It's a tough one. I don't know how they're going to solve it. I hope we don't see like more wishing stones. Maybe if we do, the reward will one day be crazy. I have no idea. What are you gonna do? So I think that's all of the main updates for today. Other than that, we're jumping into the Iron Man. I want to get Moltres today for sure, and I have an alpha parasite to catch, as you can see in the background. Check out the Iron Man series. Every Sunday I upload a new progress episode. It's been like 2 to 3 hours long recently. I want to try to get that down, be more, I try to make it as succinct as possible, but I'm not gonna cut. I really am just recording when it feels natural, recording when I feel like there's actually meaningful progress being displayed and shown, and then putting it out there. And I want to just stick to that if it feels good, and people seem to like the long form content, thankfully. So check out the Iron Man episodes every Sunday, and then this Saturday there will be a streamathon, so make sure to check that out. I'll see you guys later with any updates and information. This is pretty sick, dude. This comes from our own gamer in chat, Jason. Congratulations, dude. A shiny Charmander, an egg shiny, a rare shiny. It's not something you see every day. I feel like I've seen a lot less rare shinies actually over the past few months, and it makes sense. I think people are taking a break, waiting for shiny war, and also post event season and such. But dude, congratulations. I've been seeing less rare shinies than ever recently, and for a while you kind of get desensitized to them. But like every time you looked at a shiny Charmander, a rare shiny like this, you have to remember this took this man like 2,000 hours on average, and like 150 million Pokeyen to 180 million Pokeyen on average. It could have been more, it could have been less. It's the biggest task you can do in PokeMMO, like one of the biggest. It's so insane. So just congrats. I know that you must have poured blood, sweat, and tears into this, and you should feel amazingly rewarded. Egg shinies are something super special, dude. Congratulations. Is this a second viewer shiny Charmander today? This happened like 14 minutes ago. What the 2 shiny Charmander viewer. I haven't seen like many rares at all recently, and now all of a sudden it's RNG evening out, dude. That's crazy. We just see 2 viewer Charmanders just like that. This one was yesterday. It's 2 in 2 days. That's congrats to those gamers, man. Blow Market and Jason. That's insane, dude. Congrats to you both. That's so cool to see. This is a great question. Do you know why a lot of shinies on the GTL are nicknamed a short code of sorts, aka 23-545? Yes, I actually do. I think it's a common practice you'll see in the Chinese community, from my understanding, from what I've been told. Keep in mind, I believe it's something to do with the date and their hours played, or something like that. It basically denotes. Let's see if we can find an example. It's a great question. I don't know if we're gonna find any right now, but yes, it's a common practice in the Chinese community, which is very big in Pokemon and must be like respected. Like they, big part of the market. But here we go, 8/1, right? I think it is something to do. I don't know 8/1 to be fair. It's something to do with like hours played. It might be. You know what it might be? Number of shinies achieved. Yeah, Miss said 8 hours first shiny. So this is his 8-hour first shiny. It's like the number of hours played, and then their amount of OT shinies. I was cool. We found that one. You don't see them too often, but like you definitely see them on the GTL a fair bit, is what I would say. I don't know if I can find another, but yeah, it's just a common code that or common practice. It's a cool way to denote things and log things. It makes sense. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able, that's cool. I'm not gonna be able to find another. That's okay. It's a great question. Flow market? No, you didn't. You need to link that. It's a different nature. He got 2 Charmanders in one batch. That's crazy. That's insane. That's shit of legends, bro. What is happening today? Oh yeah, no rare shinies for a while. Gonna be a chill day on stream. 2 Charmanders, but in 15 eggs apart, he said. That's insane. That's sick in the head, dude. No IVs, different nature. This like checks out. That's disgusting. That's unhinged. Can you link them both? That's revolting. That's amazing. That's beautiful. That's disgusting. That's grotesque. That's gorgeous. He's not full on proof. That's so crazy, dude. Congrats, man. That is fucking awesome. How many do you want if I ask how many eggs it took you for your first Charmander? Because I've only seen every time. It's like an RNG, not always, obviously. RNG. The last time I saw, like, I think I saw Park, who's a PokeMMO staff member. Park went like 330,000 eggs dry for his first egg shiny. And then when he finally got it, he got 2 Charmanders in one batch, and then got like Squirtle and Bulbasaur in the next like 10k eggs total. It was like so like RNG does even out, like obviously not always. Hopefully it does long term, but that's holy man. That's insane. Dude, congratulations, Flow Market. That is godlike. That's congrats. That's fucking Pokemon history. That's gorgeous, beautiful. You love to see it happen. That's insane. Yes, okay, we got it back. We got it back. We got it back. We got it back. Yes. Sick, dude. Man, this Moltres was freaking me out a little bit, dude. Yes, okay. It's here. We got it. It's because Pidgeot's here. It's time. Okay. God, this guy was freaking me out. Okay. Did we fake out last time? Does fake out kill? I don't want to kill this thing again. Or it is like 10%, right? There's no way this kills. I'm gonna crash out. I'm so dumb. I'm so stupid. I'm so dumb. I'm so stupid. Oh my God. It's okay. That's what the Iron Man is all about. I swear I didn't do that on purpose. I thought it did 10%, but I think I was thinking of a different. Oh my God, the gulp. I think I was thinking of an alpha encounter. Oh my God, that was so dumb. That was so dumb. That was like beyond stupid. I don't know why I really thought fake out, but I have the choice band on. Maybe that mattered. I think maybe the Persian didn't. Anyways. We just keep going. It's what an Iron Man is all. It's what an Iron Man is all about. Oh my God, this Moltres has become such a more nightmare than I realized. Personal error. Skill gap. Next time for sure, guys. Alrighty, folks, we got our Patrouski movie takes, aka Movietrouski, either the worst or the best segment of the stream recap, depending on who you ask. I'm gonna go over an order of which I watched these movies recently. If you don't know, I've been really into movies. Do I know a whole lot about movies? No, I just enjoy them, getting into them. I'm trying to enjoy movies without becoming that pretentious nerd who only watches 50 samurai films. Okay, I'm sure they're amazing movies, but I don't want that, right? Pig is awesome. I could glaze. We're gonna get to it, okay? Pig is like the best movie I've seen in a while. Oh my God, I loved it. I watched Jarhead on Memorial Day. I watched Jarhead, not what I was expecting. I watched Jarhead when I was like 7 or 8 years old, and don't remember anything about it. So I watched Jarhead. Well, I remember certain scenes, like the branding scene and the I don't want no spoiler alerts. And certain scenes that are like really brutal, you kind of remember. Like when they're crawling under the mud, if you know what I'm talking about. The barbed wire. I won't say anything more. I remember those as a kid. Those stuck with me. But Jarhead is like a really good movie. It's not what I was expecting. I want to put like on a war movie on Memorial Day. It's more than anything, from my understanding and my layman opinion, Jarhead feels like a critique on war movies and on war in general. The whole, which is, is a good and beautiful thing. It's, you gotta have everything, right? Jarhead is mostly spoiler free, but if you want to skip, go ahead. It's all about soldiers who are trained, like, hey, you got to be ready to, it's like brainwashing and like training and like all these things, like you got to be ready to kill, you got to be ready to blah blah blah, like you got to blah blah blah, like you have to and they get them all hyped up, and then you realize like, oh, a lot of war actually is just sitting in the desert doing nothing. And it's this really interesting psychological analysis of like getting all these soldiers hyped up, and then they never get the like reward of war, which is, not a good reward, but it's just them having the letdown. And it's really interesting. It's a really, 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 really interesting psychology little schmemer. It's a good movie, definitely worth watching. Pig is fucking amazing. I could just glaze it all day. It's really good. Just go watch. It's 90 minutes. Go watch it. How many 90-minute amazing movies do we get in the modern era, right? Like, it's 2020. Pig is 4 years old now. That's crazy. Pig is so good, dude. I feel like Pig touches on so many different things to decent depth. The monologue in the kitchen to the chef is one of my favorite monologues I've seen in a long time. Nicolas Cage is fucking, I think this is his best performance personally. Nicolas Cage is amazing in it. it covers so many things. It covers success, it covers moving on, time passing you by, recognition of your name, the importance of pursuing like your actual categorical desires and not falling victim to like trends, new versus old, new and old working together, loss, revenge, letting go of things. Pig is really good. It's all about a guy who's pig. It's taken, but with a pig, and it's beautiful. Pig is really good. I gave Jarhead a 4 out of 5, so 8 out of 10. I would give Pig a higher score than a perfect score if I could. I gave it a 10 out of 10 or a 5 out of 5 and a like. I would give it higher if I could. The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. Now, this is a Wes Anderson film, okay? And Wes Anderson is like the newest, hottest, like, if you're a big film movie critic, he's your cup of tea. I do not get it. I'm too stupid or something. I'm too dumb. I'm too stupid. I just don't appreciate it. I didn't give it a 0 rating. I gave it a no rating. There's certain movies, if I don't get it, Eraserhead was this with David Lynch. If I just don't get it, I just don't rate it because I don't feel like I have the capacity. I did not understand this. I don't get it. I tried to watch it. I was really excited for it. Not for me. I don't think I've watched enough movies yet to appreciate this sort of thing or to care about that sort of thing. It was really boring to me. Spy with Melissa McCarthy. I just love Melissa McCarthy. Melissa McCarthy is like the definition of she does comedy for dumb boys, and I'm the dumb boy in question, okay? I fucking love Melissa McCarthy. She's just very funny to me. She's very wholesome, very like comfy to me. I love her style. Is it cheesy? Is it boyish? Is it farts and poop jokes sometimes? Yeah, it is. You know what? I fucking love it, okay? Superhero movie. This is one of those like hard parody movies. Scary Movie really started. I just yanked my mic. Sorry about that. Scary Movie really started these. Scary Movie, superhero movie. There's a bunch of these. Starving Games, yada yada yada. Some of them are Starving Games is terrible, for example. But dude. Hopefully my mic sounds okay. Sorry about that, guys. Superhero movie is like one of the better ones in my opinion. I gave it a 3.5. It's a really stupid movie. Okay, it's just really dumb. That's the point. Okay, that's the point of it. But what's really funny is that it's Drake Bell plays the main. It's Drake Bell, Kevin Hart, and then the actor who plays Shooter McGavin from Happy Gilmore. So it's a good time. The acting is like weirdly kind of good in this movie for a dumb movie, and it's just fun. I liked it. I watched it at 1 a.m. while my wife was asleep. I knew it was a movie she would not care for, so I love watching dumb comedies when she's away. There you go. The Civil War on Drugs. Is this movie really a 5 out of 5? No, but it's written by and made by and done by Whitest Kids You Know, which is my favorite sketch comedy group of all time. So I'm not gonna lie, this is a biased, unfair review. Unfair. I'm honest about it. I love Whitest Kids You Know. I love Trevor Moore. Rest in peace. I love Zach Krager, who's the writer. Fun fact: the creator, I don't know if he's the director, creator of Barbarian and upcoming horror movie Weapons. I always say the sketch comedy comedian to insanely good, not even just horror movie, but insanely good horror movie pipeline needs to be studied. From Jordan Peele, from Key and Peele to Get Out and Us, and I haven't seen Nope, but I'm sure it's good. From Zach Krager in Whitest Kids You Know to Barbarian and Weapons. I'm so excited. So I love this movie. It's just they're nostalgic to me as a group. The movie itself is probably like a 2.5. There's some good gags, some good jokes. I just love them personally. Next up, Going Overboard. This is Adam Sandler's first ever movie, okay? And it's not a good movie. I gave it a 1 out of 5, It's not a good movie. However, I actually do think the most interesting part about Going Overboard that should be watched for is that it's all about Going Overboard is growing pains. It shows actors and actresses and directors and yada yada yada. It's a 0 budget movie. They literally put no money into it aside from I assume paying the people and cameras. I think the total budget was like $800K technically or whatever, which is like, if you know movies, is like nothing, right? Which is fucked up, but yeah, that's how it is. Movies are expensive. I think this movie it was made impromptu. It was no budget. It was just really actors fucking around and messing around and trying to make something is really what it is. It's his first movie. It's from 1989. Going Overboard. It's not a good movie, but there's something to appreciate here about just like low budget, genuine, raw memers, and really just seeing Adam Sandler grow and improve. I think it's a movie about growing pains in terms of like just the filming of it, not the actual movie itself. The movie itself is about there's something interesting about the thought process of the movie, the journey of the comic, but they don't really explore it with any depth. It's very shallow. Not a good movie, but I adore Adam Sandler. It's cool to go back and see how far he's come, and to also see how far movies have come, and to also see like how hard it is to make a good movie. So I think it's underappreciated. Is it a good movie? Absolutely not. But I think that there's something to be learned from it, to glean inside of it. So that's the Movietrouski takes. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you disagree, agree in the comments. Give me movie suggestions. I don't know a whole lot about movies, so when you hear my opinions, take them very much as that, okay? Opinions. Very weak opinions. Thanks for watching, though. Have a great day, and good luck in PokeMMO. Alrighty, fellas, what a fucking successful day, though. I am really happy to go ahead and call it there. It's been an amazing stream. Thank you guys so much. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Dislike if you didn't, as normal. Subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos. Follow me on Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. Discord's down below if you're interested in that. If you want to go above and beyond and support the channel, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, and PayPal/Venmo do help out a ton. Thanks for watching, fellas. The Iron Man progress has been so fun. If you want to see every bit of it, check out every new episode coming out on Sundays. I'll see you there. And the streamathon coming up on Saturday, fellas. Peace, peace, peace. Have a good week. I'll see you tomorrow on Thursday's stream, and then Saturday as well. Peace, fellas.